Here we go, live from Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School. We have another prep baseball game for you. The host Palmetto Tigers with a record of 1-2 against IMG Academy Ascenders. Their record is 0-3. And we have tonight's starting lineups. Last night was a hard-fought game. Northport defeated Palmetto 7-6. Palmetto played a pretty good game except for 2 innings, if you recall, Matt.
Yeah, they almost had it in the bag, but one mistake here and there left it in the loss column for the team. But the bats did wake up, so that's something to look forward to.
And tonight can get right back on the starting lineups. Last night was a hard-fought game. Northport defeated Palmetto 7-6. Palmetto played a pretty... All right, let's give tonight's starting lineups. First for IMG Academy. As I mentioned, they have a record of 0-3. Leading off and playing left field, Kazuro Fujiwara. Batting second, the second baseman, number 9, Tim Alfonso. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 18, Jake Walker. Batting cleanup for the Ascenders, number 34, Francisco Calderon. Batting fifth and playing third base, number 2, Sebastian Jaggett. Batting sixth in center field, number 24, Gabe Parker. Batting seventh for the Ascenders, shortstop, number 4, Leighton Barry. And batting eighth, the catcher, number 16, Noah Cosgrove. And batting ninth in right field, number 1, Dallas Killingsworth. And the starting pitcher tonight for IMG will be, I lost him in my lineup here. I can't read. Actually, here we go. Number 22, Sean Rapp, starting for the Ascenders. And for the host Tigers, leading off and playing right field, number 1, Casey Rodriguez. Batting second for the Tigers, playing second base, number 6, Harrison Teal. Batting third, last night's starting pitcher, shortstop, number 2, Jacob Josie. Batting cleanup for the Tigers, catcher, number 11, Colton Vincent. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 21, Logan Frazier, had 2 RBIs last night. Batting sixth and playing left field, number 28, Ty Hooks. Or actually, Ty Hooks playing third base. Got my lineup screwed up here. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 18, Gunnar Womer. Batting eighth in left field, number 9, Brock Blaney. And batting ninth in center field, number 1, Byron Acevedo. And your starting pitcher tonight for the Tigers, number 10, Austin Davis. And I hear Austin has a knuckleball.
Does he really?
That's what I hear.
Rare in the game today, but always fun when you get a chance to see it. See Stephen Wright on the Red Sox, R.A. Dickey, still in the league, I believe, throwing a knuckleball.
Who's he with now? The Blue Jays? Still with the Blue Jays?
I think he's on Atlanta now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think the Blue Jays either got traded or signed as a free agent. He paired back with his old teammate Bartolo Colon.
Last night, IMG lost a tough game to George Jenkins of Lakeland, 3-1. As I mentioned, their record's 0-3. They've had 2 other games against teams in Brevard County. On the 24th, they lost to Satellite, the Scorpions, 10-3, and they lost to Rockledge, 8-2. So their record is 0-3. Palmetto comes in tonight with a record of 1-2, coming off last night's victory or loss to Northport, 7-6.
Yeah, Tigers still have yet to get a win here at home, but no better way to start than tonight on Veterans Night in front of a pretty good home crowd.
As Matt mentions, it's Veterans Night here at Mike Van Zerk Field. If you're a veteran or have served in the military, please let us know about it. We want to honor all military vets at tonight's contest.
Thank you very much for all your service for anyone out there listening or at the game today.
PA announcer Tim Henning going through the starting lineups here. And we'll be underway in just a bit as the players line the field. We'll have the national anthem. And first pitch just a few minutes away. And if you want to check us out, Tiger Vision, you can go to palmettohighsports.com. The link is there. And we'll be broadcasting this game tonight to the final outs. And we might even have a little post-game show.
Little added bonus for those out there.
Some replays in the night. And here we are now. We are standing for our national anthem. beautiful rendition of the national anthem by the Oneiko Marching Band. In case you were here at Mike Sanford Field to see the national anthem. A little ceremony going on here right now. Military veteran throwing out the first pitch. And Palmetto coach Rich Glass will catch it, hopefully. And he throws it in there for a strike.
Some high heat.
The Ascenders, their manager is Mark Morosky and assistant coach Justin Zinkovich. For the Tigers, head coach Rich Glass, assistant coach Steve Cucci, assistant coach Brian Stevens, and assistant coach Danny Carter. Danny handles the pitchers.
He is the operations officer for Port Security Unit 307, staging in Clearwater. His unit provides security for the military commission hearings for the 9/11 attackers and assisted in detainee transfers.
And look at the defensive lineman for the Tigers.
2016, they reported the Joint Task Force Guantanamo to assume.
In left field, we got Blaney. In center field, we got Acevedo. In right field, Casey Rodriguez. Around the infield, Ty Hooks at third, Jacob Josie at short, Harrison Teals at second. Logan Frazier's your first baseman on the mound. Austin Davis, and catching Colton Vincent for the Pirates. I almost called them the Pirates. The Tigers.
In there. Yeah, if you'll recall, yesterday was a great game for Casey Rodriguez, at least in the field. Threw the first runner out, right at second base, trying to stretch a single into a double. Wacky way to start the game.
Yeah, first inning got off to a good start, and then later on they had another single, and Colton Vincent threw that runner out trying to steal second.
Making a name for himself out there.
Yes,
you build that reputation.
The defense did well, except for those 2 innings when Northport scored 3. I believe it was in the 5th, and then 4 in the 6th, and that was their 7 runs.
Yeah, sometimes just try to make an extra play to, save face, and it's not the right move to do, even though you really want to do it.
And as you guys can see on Tiger Vision, saluting the veterans here tonight at Palmetto High School at Mike Van Zerk Field. Anyone who served in the military, we're honoring them tonight here at Tigers' home game against IMG Academies. And those we have honored, wave to the crowd, get recognition. And I think we're just about ready for baseball. And on the mound, Austin Davis gets ready to take his warm-up pitches. Austin's dad tells me he's got a heck of a knuckleball if it's working, so we'll see how that goes tonight.
I'm excited
Austin's
to see
a
this.
junior.
Yeah, it might be the PA.
So Davis is taking his warm-up pitches. Looks like he goes a lot from the stretch. That looked like a knuckleball there.
Yeah, it's typically what a knuckleballer does. Doesn't really have a full wind-up rotation. Just pitches from the side and sticks to that knuckleball
Looks like he's
fastball
mixing in a little bit of a fastball there.
Well, you got to keep the hitters guessing.
The IMG Academy Ascenders with a record of 0-3 facing the Palmetto Tigers, record 1-2. Early season here. And Colton Vincent takes the final warm-up pitch from Davis, throws down to second. It'll make the trip around the infield, back to Davis, and we're ready. And leading off for the Ascenders here in the top half of the first inning, left fielder Kijaro Fujiwara. And talking to Coach Morosky before the game, he says this is one of his better players. And he's a left-handed batter against the right-hander Davis. He steps into the box. And we're ready for some high school baseball. And Davis will go from the stretch. He gets a sign. He peers in, and a bunt attempt fouled back. 0-1.
I would love to know how he was taught the knuckleball. That's not something you just pick up right away.
Probably just messing around. A little variance on grip and whatnot. Davis gets a sign from Vincent in the stretch, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked like a knuckleball there. 0-2.
Definitely came out funky.
It was definitely an off-speed pitch, if nothing else.
Very, very early on it.
Fujiwara back in the box. In the hole, 0-2. Davis looks into Vincent, gets his signal. Stretch and the pitch. Outside and low, ball 1. On deck for the Ascenders, second baseman Tim Alfonso. And Davis in the stretch, gets his sign and the pitch. And that's a grounder to third, fielded well by Hooks. The throw across the diamond to Frazier. And we got the first out.
Yeah, fielding was a big component of the game yesterday, so good to get off to a nice start.
And Hooks yesterday played left field, tonight at third base, so a little utility there. That brings up Alfonso, second baseman, right-handed batter.
The more you can play, the more you get on the field. Put you in outfield, infield, doesn't matter.
Must have a little bit of Brock Holt in him. Former
Absolutely.
Bradenton Marauder. And Davis again from the stretch gets a sign from Vincent, and the pitch in the dirt. 1-0.
Yeah, one thing about a knuckleballer, it's never an easy night for the catcher. There's some catchers in the major leagues who are purposely put into play when that knuckleballer is on the field, especially like a guy like Tim Wakefield.
I think we got the knuckleball here. 2-0. That one got away from Davis. Alfonso had to duck out of the way, but it wasn't going very fast.
I've always wanted to try to hit a knuckleball. I'll have to ask him if I can get some BP after the game.
Davis in the stretch and the pitch. There's a strike, 2-1. I haven't been able to tell if Vincent's got a different type of catcher's mitt. A lot of them, when you catch a knuckleball, they kind of look like of a bigger first baseman's mitt. And it looks like he does have a different mitt than the one he was wearing last night. Davis in the stretch, here's the pitch, and there's another strike. That looked like a knuckleball. And the count is even at 2-2. You can almost see him like tinkering in his glove a little bit to get that grip. When I throw a knuckleball, I use 3 fingers. Some of them, like Wakefield, use the fingernails, the tips. And there's a strike 3. So Alfonso caught looking for the second out. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, number 18, Jake Walker.
Yeah, that's what you try to do as a knuckleballer. When you're not throwing the knuckleball, you get that little sneak attack fastball in there. You don't see it coming. It's almost like a reverse change. It's literally a reverse changeup.
Walker, a right-handed batter. Davis once again from the stretch has his sign, and here's the pitch. Low and away, ball 1.
Accuracy is always something you got to watch for with a knuckleball pitcher, but still early in the game, but so far, so good.
He's only had that one that got away from him, but he's had 2 good ones. And here's the pitch. Fastball low, 2-0.
That's just the nature of the game.
Two outs. Top half of the first inning, just getting underway. Davis from the stretch, and the pitch. Low, 3-0. Plate dancing around on him, and third batter of the night.
Waxler has a .286 batting average on the year so far.
There's a pitch, strike 1. In there, 3-1.
Yeah, the only time I'd fool around with the knuckleball is if I was playing some wiffle ball.
And here's the pitch. Low and away, that's ball 4. So Walker draws a 2-out walk. And that'll bring up first baseman, number 34, Francesco Calderon.
Up, not giving him the outside corner.
Calderon, the cleanup hitter, glances down at his third base coach, Morosky. Calls for time as he sets his feet in the box, digs a little bit of a hole, does some landscaping, and he's ready to go. Davis checks the runner at first. Frazier holds him close, and here's the pitch. That looked like a knuckleball, a little high, 1-0.
Calderon on the year is 2 of 8 for a .250 batting average.
Big guy.
Yeah, a lot of meat on him.
That one's a little high, ball 2, 2-0. Now you're a prototypical cleat-up hitter. Got some girth to him. You know, if he gets a hold of one with that bat speed, it's going to go.
Outfield seems pretty deep out there so far.
And here's the pitch from Davis, and there's a base hit up the middle. Acevedo fields it cleanly in center field. He gets it back into Teal at second. And the Ascenders are in business with 2 outs.
Right on cue, he smokes one.
Runners on first and second, 2 outs, brings up the third baseman, number 2, Sebastian Jagged. So a walk and a single. Has IMG in business with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Davis, a little bit of adversity here in the first inning, see if he can work his way out of it. Josie does his best to keep the runner close to second. Davis gets a sign from Vincent, and here's the pitch. Knuckleball. Oh, it hit him. Hit him. So now we have the bases full. And that'll bring up center fielder number 24, Gabe Parker, with the bases loaded. So Davis did a good job getting the first 2 guys in order. Struggled since.
Yeah, I'm afraid I may have jinxed him when I was saying so far so good.
A walk, a single, and a hit batter has the bases loaded for Parker. Or excuse me, yeah, Parker. And there's a ground back to Davis. It's going to get him out of the inning. Throws on to Frazier at first, and that's it. For IMG in the first. No runs, 1 hit, 3 men left on base at the end of 1/2 inning. No score.
No blood, no foul. Take it anyway.
And back at Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School, getting ready for the bottom half of the first inning. IMG loaded the bases in the top half of the inning, was unable to score. Austin Davis getting out of a bases loaded jam with a comebacker to the mound. Tigers get their crack. And left-hander Sean Rapp, who's finishing up his warm-up pitches. Sean Rapp, a big, tall left-hander, appears to be about 6 foot tall.
Right fielder, number 1.
Leading off for the Tigers in the bottom of the first is right fielder number 1, Casey Rodriguez. Rodriguez had a good night last night, Matt.
That he did. All over the field. Hitting, fielding. Busy night.
So Rapp up on the mound. Appears in to get the sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go. And the pitch to Rodriguez, a left-handed batter, fly ball to right field. He got a good hold of it, but there's plenty of room in right. Right fielder settles underneath it. We've got 1 out.
Yeah, last night the lights came into play. This was over in left field. The fielder wasn't able to track the ball, but
so Rodriguez flies out to his counterpart Killingsworth in right field, and that's the first out. That brings up second baseman Harrison Teal.
By the way, this is Sean Rapp's 2nd appearance pitching so far this season.
And the big, tall lefty gets a sign, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Teal.
Just 2 batters, but the Tigers attacking very early on pitches.
Noah Cosgrove, the catcher for the Ascenders. Rapp gets the sign, and here's the pitch. Low, 1-1. Teal back in the box, ready for the pitch. Here it comes. And there's a grounder to second. Fielded cleanly on to first for the 2nd out. So Teal out, 4-3. And that'll bring up the shortstop, number 2, Jacob Josie.
Josie also had a busy night himself, starting out pitching. Was able to round the bases, though, scored a run last night, and had a pretty solid time at shortstop as well once he left.
Josie entering his 3rd year as a starter for the Tigers, shortstop pitcher. And Rapp looks in, gets the sign from the wind. Here's the pitch. Josie looks at a called strike.
I'd like to know if that number 2 is based off of Derek Jeter.
Now, he probably likes a real baseball team, I would imagine. Jeter's retired now anyway, isn't he?
Yeah, about to be a father, so congrats to him.
And second pitch outside. Evens the count at 1-1.
Actually saw him at a Starbucks about 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah, I'm where I work in downtown Tampa. He lives on Davis Island, and I've heard.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the entourage following
Yep.
him around from time to time. And Rapp with the pitch, grounder to second base, charged by the infielder. He flips on to first, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Palmetto in the first. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base at the end of one full inning, no score. Back at Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School for inning 2. The Ascenders, top of the second against Austin Davis for the Tigers. Leading off for IMG, shortstop Leighton Berry, a left-handed hitter against the right-hander Davis. From the stretch, pitch low and away, outside, ball 1.
Pretty long stat sheet in just one inning for Austin Davis. 1 strikeout, 1 walk.
One hit batter.
Yep, and 1 hit let up on 19 pitches.
And from the stretch, here's a ball fouled to the third base side, out of play. 1-1.
And that tends to be the case with a knuckleball pitcher.
In, out, up, down.
Can't put your finger on anything.
Davis gets a sign from Vincent, and the pitch. Strike 2, 1-2. That one fooled the hitter, I believe. He was looking away. It came inside on him. Davis has his sign from the stretch and the pitch. Knuckleball. Must have stayed up and outside. 2-2.
That's the one mistake by knuckleballers. If it happens and the hitter catches on it.
It looked like Vincent framed it pretty well on the outside half of the plate. Davis with the stretch and the pitch outside. Full count. 3-2.
I would love to know how Vincent goes into the game mentally, knowing he's going to catch a knuckleballer as opposed to just a regular fastball thrower.
Davis again from the stretch. Got his sign, and here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. So Davis puts away Berry. First out in the second inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Noah Cosgrove, for the Ascenders.
Just like his first strikeout, he got him looking again.
Cosgrove, the catcher for the Ascenders. Dallas Killingsworth, the right fielder, on deck. Davis from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Knuckleball fouled at the plate. That one had a little dance to it. So far, so good on the knuckleball.
It was boogieing out there. Like
Davis has a new ball from the umpire. He goes to the stretch, gets a sign from Vincent, and here's the pitch. Knuckleball high. 1-1.
I like the flow going on with the catcher right now. The catcher at the plate hitting. Sorry, not Vincent behind the plate. I feel like that's typical of a catcher. Just have the long flow going, like a Jarrett Saltalamacchia, guys like that.
And here's Davis with the pitch. Grounder to short. Josie fields it cleanly. Throws on to first for the second out. Nice stretch by Frazier. 2 up, 2 down. And that's what happened to Davis the first inning. Let's see if he can close it out here. Killingsworth, the right fielder, up for the Ascenders. Josie fielded the ball cleanly, got it on a good hop. Over to Frazier with the stretch, out number 2. Davis in the stretch, gets a sign from Vincent, and the pitch. Fouled back, strike one.
Thank goodness for the fences, because that one was coming right at us.
I got my glove ready, or my hat anyway.
Yeah, I'm ready to go bare hand.
Davis peers in for the sign from Vincent. Here's the pitch. High fly ball to the infield. Who's going to call it off? Frazier got it, and that's the third out. So for the Ascenders in the second, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base at the end of an inning and a half, no score.
Communication is key, and you saw it right there.
Do you need musical entertainment for your next birthday party, bar mitzvah, or wedding? Hire DJ Stanselitis. Check out his website, djstanselitis.com. He's on Twitter at the Unknown DJ. And here we are, bottom of the second inning. Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School. And Colton Vincent will lead off for the Tigers. He's the catcher and cleanup hitter for the Tigers. No score so far. Sean Rapp on the hill for the Ascenders. And he's ready to go. Looks in, gets a sign from his catcher, Cosgrove. The wind and the pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike one.
It's funny going from a slow pitch knuckleball feel to a pitcher that seems to be whipping it a little bit more.
And here's Rapp again with a pitch, grounded right back to the mound. Rapp flips it to his first baseman for out number one. One up, one down. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Logan Frazier. Had a good night last night in a 7-6 loss to Northport.
He was definitely the hitter of the game. 2 RBIs, like you said earlier today.
Had a rough inning on the mound, allowed 3 runs.
Yeah, once I got past Josie, it wasn't the perfect spectacle you wanted out from the rest of the bullpen.
Rapp, the wind and the pitch, curveball over, strike one. Frazier bats right-handed, throws left-handed. He glances down to Coach Rich Glass for the signal. Steps back in the box, 0-1. Rapp's got his sign, here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Healthy cut there. He's down 0-2.
Tigers once again very aggressive at the plate. Saw it last night, continuing now, just swinging early.
Frazier back in the box, Rapp's ready to go. Here's the pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Is he going to get through? Fielded cleanly by the shortstop on to first for the second out. So Frazier out 6-3 for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up third baseman Ty Hooks.
Yeah, last night the Tigers were getting bailed out here and there from sloppy field play by Northport, but IMG has been doing well so far.
Frazier hit that one right over the pitcher's head. Looked like it might bound into center field, but Barry cut it off and on to first for the second out. And here's Hooks. Last night left field, tonight third base. Rapp with the wind and the pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike one.
Anytime I hear IMG, I think about the big complex like Cam Newton goes to and other big celebrities. Sorry, not celebrities, athletes. Wonder if they get the same access.
Rapp the pitch, inside, 1-1.
And this is the IMG blue team. Is there a gray team, red team? When they play each other, it must be like a big rivalry, almost like the Mighty Ducks in the third movie.
Rapp peers into Cosgrove for the sign, the wind, and the pitch. He likes that outside corner, strike 2.
Painting it like Picasso.
Hooks back in the box. He's down in the count 1-2, 2 outs. Bottom half of the second inning here at Palmetto High School. Rapp with the pitch, fouled back. Hooks hanging tough.
That is what they call a defensive swing. No bat boys here. Got to get a teammate to go get the foul balls.
And he did it rather briskly.
Yeah, way to pay attention.
Rapp from the wind, and here's the pitch, high. 2-2.
I'd like to see the Tigers go through a little bit longer of an at bat. 4 pitches, probably the most he's thrown to one batter, it feels like.
And Rapp from the wind and the pitch. Inside. We have a full count.
Yeah, it's definitely his first full count of the game. Still early, though.
Rapp throws left-handed. Hooks bats right-handed. And we got a full count. 2 outs. Bottom of the second. The wind and the pitch. Fouled back. Hanging tough. 3-2. We'll do it again. Hook settles into the box. Rapp gets his sign from Cosgrove. He's ready. The wind and the pitch. Grounder to third. Third baseman comes in on a hop onto first for the 3rd out. So for the Tigers in the bottom of the second, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. At the end of 2 innings, no score.
Into the disco scene.
Back at Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School for the top half of the 3rd inning. Prep baseball action. Palmetto hosting IMG Academy. Leading off for the Ascenders in the top of the 3rd, left fielder Fujiwara. He grounded out the 3rd last inning.
Yeah,
His last at bat, I'm sorry.
Second time through the lineup now. Let's see if they can get a feel for that knuckleball.
He's quickly down 0-2. Davis working quickly from the stretch. Fujiwara back in the box, down 0-2. Davis gets a sign from Vincent. Pitching from the stretch. That one's bounced.
Good block there by Vincent.
Counts 1-2. Davis again from the stretch, gets his sign. Here's the pitch. Curveball doesn't curve, hangs outside, 2-2.
Pulling out all the tricks. Knuckleball, fastball, now a curve. A vast arsenal.
Davis gets his sign from Vincent, and the pitch. Grounded foul up the first base side. Frazier picks it up in foul territory. Tries to throw it back to Davis and drops it. There you go. Second time around, he got it. Davis peers into Vincent, gets his sign, and the pitch. Outside, full count. On the Ascenders, leadoff man, left fielder, Kijaro Fujiwara. Davis again. The pitch fouled back third base side. We'll do it again. 3-2. That bat looks like it's bigger than the batter, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's carrying
He's
him
choking
more
up
than
with
he's
2
holding
strikes. And there's a 3-2 pitch grounded to short. Josie charges, fields cleanly, on to first, and he's safe. Little first base slide
it. Interesting.
by Fujiwara.
Interesting there. They usually say don't slide into first base, and it was a great stretch by Logan Frazier. I don't know
It seems
about
to me
that
he
one.
slowed himself down by sliding.
That's what they say. Why you shouldn't do it.
I mean, watch as he goes here.
Take the replay
I mean, right
here.
about two feet before the bag, he stops, slows down, and slides. If he'd have just kept going, he'd have gotten there a second and a half quicker. But what do I know?
Yeah, he called him safe anyway.
We'll give him an infield single, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Tim Alfonso, for IMG.
Yeah, he's very fast.
Fujiwara gets his lead at first. Davis looks him back. First pitch is high, 1-0. He's getting a pretty good lead out there.
Yeah, I would expect him to steal against a knuckleballer. Obviously, the key for a leadoff man is to get on. He did that job, and see where it goes from there.
Well, last night, 2 Northport runners tried to steal on Vincent, and they were both unsuccessful. That pitch is inside, 2-0. Alfonso gets the sign from third base coach Mike Morosky back in the box. Davis, the stretch and the pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Frazier gives it a look. Out of play. Nice effort by Logan. He almost got it. Just ran out of room. So Davis down in the count. 2 balls and a strike to second baseman Tim Alfonso. We're in the top half of the third inning. No score.
First time the leadoff guy got on for IMG. Easy to pitch when you get the first 2 guys out each inning.
Alfonso back in the box. Davis checks the runner, throws over to Frazier, and he's back. Davis gives him a bluff again. Fujiwara gets his lead. Davis from the stretch and the pitch. Fly ball to center field. Acevedo looks like he's under it. And he's got it, out number 1.
9th grader doing big things out there.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Jake Walker. Walker walked his last time up.
So fitting.
Davis got his fastball up a little bit. Alfonso gets under it. Fly ball to center field for the first out. Davis again from the stretch. Takes a look at Fujiwara at first. Got a pretty big lead. He throws over. Close, but no cigar. He's back.
Game of inches. Very close there. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to do a, not necessarily a pitch out, but a outside pitch to first base.
Davis checks him again. He's got his lead. He stays, and the ball's low.
Outside pitch and throw to first base from the catcher. Sorry.
1-0 on Walker. Davis again from the stretch, and the pitch. There's a line shot into left center field for a base hit. And that gives the Ascenders runners at first and second, and it'll bring up their cleanup hitter, first baseman Francisco Calderon.
I don't know why. He just reminds me of that guy from, what was the movie with the kid who pitched on the Cubs, who threw the really fast fastball?
Rookie of the year.
He reminds me of that guy
Gary
on the Mets.
Busey. The Gary Busey's character. And Calderon steps in. Calderon base hit his last time up. Davis the stretch and the pitch. Low in the dirt. Nice job of Vincent blocking it. Runners can't advance. That gives you a count of 1-0.
Yeah,
One out.
Calderon reminds me of the guy who was on the Mets at the end. He strikes out on the slow pitch, but he's got that same build. It's just a power guy who can go deep.
I remember a guy on the White Sox named Ivan Calderon in the 80s. Kind of the same kind of build. And that ball's fouled away, 1-1. I digress.
Keeping it in the family.
Davis gets a new ball. Looks into Vincent for his sign. Runners at first and second. Davis gives them a check, and here's the pitch home. Another nice job of blocking by Vincent. Runners unable to advance. It's 2-1.
Going to be a busy day for Vincent. Seeing it so far.
He'll have a few bruises in the morning, probably. Davis again from the stretch. Gets his sign from Vincent, and the pitch. Low again. 3-1.
Yeah, if I were Vincent, I'd try to parlay with my parents, try to get into school a little bit later than usual tomorrow.
The Ascenders loaded the bases in the first, and they're a pitch away from doing that right here. Davis again from the stretch, and the pitch. High, fly ball to center field. Acevedo comes in, then takes a few steps back. He's under it, and he makes the catch. Fujiwara tags up, goes to third. Throw comes into Josie, who flips it to second. And IMG now has runners at first and third, but there are 2 outs. Davis comes right down the middle with a fastball. Calderon gets decent wood on it, or aluminum, I should say. But plenty of time for Acevedo to get back, and he makes the catch for the second out. Both outs this inning recorded by Acevedo in center field. And that'll bring up third baseman Sebastian Jaggett. With 2 outs, runners on the corners.
You get the country of origin for that?
Knuckleball, that's over for a strike. That one danced pretty well. That looked like a Wakefield special.
Yep. Let's hope he's not pitching to Aaron Boone.
Jaggett hit by a pitch his last at bat. And that one fastball fouled to the right side, out of play. Great thing about baseball game, when the foul balls go, you see all the little kids scatter trying to get them. That one went into the bushes to the right. Davis again checks his runners, one at Calderon at first, Fujiwara at third, and here's the pitch inside. Look good, 1-2.
Funny thing about those foul balls is there'll be a ton of kids going for it, and then one adult, usually in the major leagues, but there's one adult with their glove fighting with 15 other kids.
Yeah, so he can take it down to the ballpark and get it autographed by Andrew McCutcheon or somebody.
Yeah.
Davis from the stretch checks his runners, and the pitch, knuckleball, grounded to first, fair ball. Frazier makes the play. Unable to get back to the bag. He knocked it into foul ground. Fujiwara scores the first run. Frazier was able to knock it down, but he was unable to get to the bag for the outs. We'll call that an infield single, give him an RBI.
Yeah, it was a good job knocking it, but just wasn't able to keep his feet as he was trying to get back to first.
That'll bring up center fielder number 24, Gabe Parker. So 2 outs, 2 runners on. IMG has a 1-0 lead, 2 outs here in the top of the third inning.
Runs haven't came easy for IMG this year, so I'm sure they're pretty happy about that.
Austin Davis from the stretch, and the pitch. High fly ball to right field. Casey Rodriguez coming in, and he's got it for the third out. So for IMG in the third inning, they get 1 run on 2 hits and 2 men left on base at the end of 2.5. IMG 1, Palmetto nothing. We're back. Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School. Get ready for the bottom of the third inning. IMG scored a run in the top of the inning. They lead 1-0. Leading off for the Tigers in the bottom of the third, designated hitter Gunnar Womer.
Yeah, IMG pitcher Sean Rapp's only thrown 20 pitches so far, averaging 10 an inning. Like to see the Tigers attack him a little more, let him throw extra pitches, see if he can wear him down.
The Ascenders scored a run on 3 hits in the top of the third. Their leadoff guy, Kujiro Fujiwara, led off with a single, came around to score on a base hit by Sebastian Jaggett. And that first pitch, high, ball 1.
Gunnar gunning for the first hit today for the Tigers.
And Rapp with the wind and the pitch in there. Strike one. 1 ball and a strike. On the designated hitter, played third last night. And Rapp peers in at Cosgrove as catcher. He's got the sign and the pitch. Foul to the right side. That one's going to get out of play.
Solid contact there.
I think it hit Stansel's windshield.
It's got a lot of stuff in that car, too. Fireworks.
I don't know if it's worth anything, but...
DJ stuff, explosives, camera lights, strobe lights.
And Womer's back in the box. Rapp gets the sign, and from the windup, big lefty, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Chase.
First out of the inning. And that'll bring up left fielder Brock Blaney for the Tigers.
Left fielder, number 9, Brock Blaney.
Center fielder Byron Acevedo on deck. Blaney in the box. Rapp has his signal and the pitch inside 1-0.
Been tough at the plate so far for the Tigers. Haven't made the best contact. Still looking for that first hit. Still early.
Rapp peers in, gets a sign from Cosgrove. The wind and the pitch is outside 2-0. This Rapp works quickly. Gets the ball back, gets a signal, and he's ready to go.
He wants to get back to the bench. Put on more runs.
Looks in, he's got his sign. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's a strike. 2-1.
Definitely not afraid to attack.
He's been around the plate, that's for sure. 2-1 to the left fielder Blaney. Rapp with the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Inside, outside, inside, outside. He's changing it up really well.
Rapp's got his sign. Kicks and fires. Got a full count. 3-2. Ball gets away from Cosgrove. Nobody on. Nobody gets anywhere. Full count on the left fielder Blaney. 1 out here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. IMG leads 1-0. Rapp shakes him off, gets a sign he likes. Wind and the pitch. Grounder back to the shortstop. Fielded cleanly onto first, out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. Hit the ball hard.
Just right at him.
Right at Barry. Barry fielded it cleanly. There was no strange hops. He throws on to first for the 2nd out. And that'll bring up our center fielder, Byron Acevedo.
This is night and day from yesterday's game.
Lefty against lefty. Acevedo throws lefty, bats lefty. He's just a youngster, 9th grade. A couple years ago, his brother Kevin played center field for the Tigers.
Wouldn't mind seeing Acevedo do a bunt here, just try to get the team going, get someone on base. He's pretty speedy out there, covers a lot of ground in center field.
And Rapp's got his sign and the pitch inside, 2-0. Anything to get a base runner. Got to get something going here.
Got to put the wheels in motion, as they say.
Rapp has a sign and the pitch. That ball skied to the infield. Not going very far. Caught by the 3rd baseman. And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Tigers in the bottom of the 3rd. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Into 3 full innings, 1-0 IMG. Here we are back at Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School for the top of the 4th inning. And leading off for the Ascenders is shortstop Leighton Berry, and he hits the first pitch to short, not fielded cleanly by Josie, and he reaches on an error. So not a good start to the 4th inning for the Tigers. Berry gets on an error by the shortstop Josie.
Just want to say shout out real quick to that fan who was wearing the cowboy hat. Good look. Popped right out at him.
And that'll bring up the catcher, number 16, Noah Cosgrove. With Berry on first base. Davis still on the mound for the Tigers. Cosgrove adjusting his batting gloves. A little Nomar Garcia-Parra there. Took him a while.
He would be shunned today if he was still
Davis
playing.
looks in and gets his sign, and there's a line drive into the right center field gap. Fielded by Rodriguez. He gets it in. But Berry moves around to third. So the Ascenders in business here. The first two guys reach on an E and a base hit. Got runners at first and third, nobody out. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Dallas Killingsworth.
IMG was waiting early to start the game, at least for the pitches. Now they're attacking, and it's paid off.
Davis gets a sign from the stretch and the pitch, low and away, ball one. Davis with the pitch. Grounded to third, field by Hooks, on to second for one. Teal gets it. Not in time for the double play, but they do get the runner at second, Cosgrove, for the first out of the inning.
You know, the Tigers had a rally-crushing double play yesterday as they were trying to tack on runs. Could use one right now, and that was a tough hopper to turn one there, but you never know, still got that chance.
That'll bring up left fielder.
Good throw to second, on to first. Another great stretch, but
Kajiro
too fast.
Fujiwara is now up. He scored the only run of the game so far with an infield single last inning. He's grounded out to third as well. Davis has runners on first and third, one out. He checks the runners from the stretch. And here's the pitch. Grounded cleanly to second base. Teal to Josie for one. Oh, no. They might have had the double play, but the ball came out of Frazier's glove. So Fujiwara reaches on a fielder's choice, and the second run scores. IMG now leads 2-0. There are two outs in the top of the fourth.
they had just what I was calling for, just couldn't execute that one last part.
That'll bring up the second baseman, Alfonso. He struck out in the first, flied out to center in the third. Davis throws over, Fujiwara back. Davis again gets his sign in from the stretch and the pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Josie steps on the bag for the forced play, and that's the third out of the inning. For IMG in the fourth, they get one run on two hits, one man left on base at the end of 3.5. IMG leads 2-0. We are back at Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School. The host Palmetto Tigers taking on the IMG Academy Ascenders. We're getting ready for the bottom half of the fourth inning. IMG leads 2-0. Sean Rapp pitching a heck of a ball game for the Ascenders so far. He's not allowed a base runner. And that'll bring the Tigers to the top of the order here in the fourth. Right fielder, number 1, Casey Rodriguez. See if he can get something going against the tough lefty, Sean Rapp.
Casey's got a pretty passionate fan base behind him.
And Rapp looks in, gets the sign from the windup and the pitch. And Rodriguez drags the bunt up the first base side. Rapp gets off the mound quickly, and he got him.
Ooh. We're going to need a replay on that one.
Yeah, Rapp pounced off the mound quickly. Rodriguez laid down a pretty good drag bunt.
Let's see here.
And Rapp got to the ball rather quickly. Turns and flips, and he gets him by a step. Yeah, he got him. Nice play by Rapp.
Good move, too, because the ball was bunted to the right side, but as a lefty, you got to turn your back to first base and then turn all the way around.
That brings up second baseman Harrison Teal for the Tigers. That first pitch is high, ball 1.
It's definitely tougher coming from a lefty than as if a righty was on the mound.
And Rapp from the wind. Here's the pitch. Low, 2-0.
I like the move by Rodriguez, though. You know, not much has been happening. You gotta get something going. Why not try it, bunt?
If he could have just got it past the mound, I think he might have had it beat. Nice effort. And that pitch is fouled away down the third base side. Bounces right to Coach Glass. And he shows off his arm to the catcher.
Yeah, when things aren't going your way, you gotta do anything to mix it up. I'm not saying like a pinch hit or anything like that, but whether it's bunt, take a few more pitches.
All right, Teal's back in the box. 2 balls and a strike. Rapp peers into Cosgrove. He's got his sign from the wind, and the pitch is low, 3-1. Palmetto still looking for its first base runner of the night and first hit. Rapp with the pitch. And there's a base hit. No, maybe not. Well, it hung up there. He hit it hard, but the left fielder was able to get over, and he got it for the second out. Liner to left by Teal. 2 outs.
Rapp's pitching has been nice, but the players behind him fielding has been even better.
That'll bring up Jacob Josie, the shortstop. Josie grounded out to the second baseman last time up. Alfonso got 2 outs in that first inning for the Ascenders. First pitch inside, ball 1.
You know, sometimes you might say lean into one like that, but as hard as this guy throws, yeah, no thanks.
Rapp with the pitch, outside, 2-0.
Really one of the only few times Rapp's gotten behind the batter in a count.
Rapp from the windup, the big tall lefty. He's got his sign and the pitch. There's a high fly ball to left center field. The center fielder's racing back, and he's got it for the 3rd out. Nice catch by Parker for the Tigers in the 4th. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. At the end of 4 full innings, IMG leads 2-0. And we are back. Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School. We got a new pitcher for the Tigers. Freshman Chase Goforth is in the game. He relieves Austin Davis. Davis, a nice outing. 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, no walks. He allowed 2 runs, struck out 2. Or excuse me, walked 1, and he hit a batter.
Yeah,
Goforth getting his last few warm-up pitches in.
Davis had what they would say was a quality start. 2 runs usually isn't too bad. Sometimes the offense needs to help you out. Not the case right now.
And Goforth with his final warm-up pitch. Vincent throws down to Teal at second. We're ready for more baseball here. Leading off for IMG in the top of the 5th, designated hitter, Jake Walker. Or Waxler. I got Walker. I can't read my own writing. Jake Waxler up for the Ascenders. They lead 2-0. And the first pitch from Goforth, a little low, 1-0.
That always happened to me on presentations. All in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that, and then boom, you get out there and just start melting.
Goforth gets a sign from Vincent, the wind and the pitch, strike 1, 1-1.
I think Goforth is like half this guy's size.
Goforth from the wind, and here's the pitch. Woo! Swing and a miss. Goforth ahead in the count, 1-2.
Had some sort of movement on that one.
Goforth getting the ball, ready to go again. Here's the pitch. Grounder to second. Teal fields it cleanly. Nice job. On to Frazier at first for the first out of the inning. So 1 up, 1 down.
That was another one of those fielding plays where it looks easy, seems simple, but it's really not. Hard hit ball, got to get over there all in one motion. Nice play by Teal.
And that brings up for the Ascenders their first baseman and cleanup hitter, Francisco Calderon. Calderon's got a single, and he flied out to center. Big guy against the little guy, but Goforth's bringing it. The wind and the pitch. Grounded to third, fielded cleanly by Hooks across the diamond to Frazier. 2 up, 2 down.
David versus Goliath. David got the best of that one.
Pitching efficiently here. And that'll bring up third baseman, Sebastian Jaggett.
Yeah, quick work. Just 5 pitches. 5 pitches in the 5th inning.
So far, so good for Goforth. 2 up, 2 down. He looks into Vincent, gets his sign, he's ready to go. Here's the wind in the pitch. A little low and outside, 1-0. Center fielder Gabe Parker on deck for IMG. Goforth ready to go. It's the wind and the pitch. There you go, strike. 1-1, evens up the count. Goforth again, get the sign from Vincent, the wind and the pitch. Grounded, back up the middle. Cleaned, fielded by Josie, on to first to Frazier. 3 up, 3 down.
All reliable.
For the Ascenders in the 5th inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. The end of 4 1/2. IMG 2, Palmetto nothing. We are back at Palmetto High School. Mike Van Zerk Field. Getting ready for the bottom of the 5th inning. The Palmetto Tigers playing host to IMG Academy. IMG leads 2-0. And catcher Colton Vincent steps in for the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Palmetto looking for their first hit, first base runner. Sean Rapp for the Ascenders. Perfect game so far. Hopefully we just jinx that for him.
Hope so. Usually against that, but when it's not for your team,
and Rapp,
it's okay.
The wind and the pitch to Vincent. Catches the inside corner, strike 1.
You know, Rapp's pitched well, obviously, with Palmetto not getting a hit yet, but he hasn't done anything to really overpower the other team. Doesn't really have a lot of strikeouts.
Moves it in and out, up and down. Pitch to Vincent, fouled back, 0-2. And he's been staying ahead in the count. He doesn't fall behind.
That's really the key. Like, starting off, the Tigers weren't making real great solid contact, but as the game's been going on, they've been hitting it harder and harder. Just, still getting lucky.
Rapp with the pitch. Fouled back, out of play. Cosgrove gets a new ball from the umpire.
I think if he gets through this inning, you really got to start thinking about the no-hitter more and more. Especially if it's for a team I root for, and just every pitch is just like you're sitting on the edge of your seat.
Rapp peers into Cosgrove. He's got the sign. He's in the wind and the pitch. Vincent skies one out the left, and it looks like it's... he dropped it. Third baseman going back with his back to the infield. Then he throws it away. Vincent moves up to second.
This is just the spark they needed.
So Jaggett went back on the ball. The left fielder, I guess, didn't track it immediately. Jaggett didn't catch the ball. That was a tough play. I'm going to have to give him a hit.
Yeah, it was one of those in-betweeners between shortstop and left field. Oh, and third base as well, excuse me. And trying to go for the over-the-shoulder. Not an easy catch.
So there goes the no-hitter in the perfect game, and we have a pinch runner for Vincent, Josh Mitchell. And that'll bring up first baseman Logan Frazier.
Well, it looks like we did our job.
Yeah, we jinxed it.
Frazier, the RBI guy last night.
So the Tigers had their first runner, and he's in scoring position. And that'll bring up Frazier. 2 RBIs last night, a couple hits in a big spot here. Rapp has his sign from the stretch for the first time tonight, and the pitch to Frazier. High, ball 1.
Yeah, first time going to the stretch in the bottom of the 5th here. Could mess up his momentum and delivery just a little bit.
Frazier glances down to Coach Glass at third, see if there's a play on. He gets back in the box. Mitchell leads from second. Rapp steps back off the rubber. Alfonso and Barry, the middle infielders, doing their best to keep Mitchell close to second. Rapp peers back from the stretch. And the pitch. High, 2-0 on Frazier.
Sometimes you just need that first hit to get the, get the floodgates opening.
Break the glass. Frazier again out of the box, takes a glance down at Coach Glass, back in the box. He's ready to go, as is Rapp, who peers in at Cosgrove to get the sign. He's ready. From the stretch, he glances back to second at Mitchell, and the pitch to the plate. Grounded to the second baseman. Alfonso throws on to first for the out. Mitchell moves up to third. So a productive out by Frazier. He grounds out to second, but the runner moves up to third with 1 out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that'll bring up third baseman Ty Hooks. And that'll bring a trip to the mound from the Ascenders pitching coach Justin Zinkovich. Going to go over with Rapp. What to do with a runner on third and 1 out.
Yeah, a little strategy. Yeah, IMG, even though they don't have the same colors, just seeing the stripes on their jersey, it keeps reminding me about the old Houston Astros teams, just having the
they
same familiar thing.
They look like the softball uniform.
Oh yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. It looks a little better with the gray and the blue that IMG has, but the Astros, just those bright colors, I don't know, just popped into my head.
And Zinkovich heads back to the mound after discussing strategy with Rapp and his catcher. And we're ready for more baseball. Hooks back in the box. Rapp peers into Cosgrove for the sign. With a runner on third, he'll go from the stretch. He glances over at Mitchell. And here's the pitch. Fouled off on a bunt attempt. Oh and 1. One out, the bottom of the 5th inning. IMG leads 2-0. Palmetto with their first scoring threat of the night. Man on third, Josh Mitchell with 1 out. Mitchell running for Vincent, who got the Tigers' first hit with a base hit over third. Rapp with the pitch, bunt attempt, right in front of home plate. Here comes Mitchell to the plate, and he's going to be out.
Yeah, didn't really get a great start running from third.
Yeah, he didn't get a good jump on that. Rapp fielded the ball cleanly, flipped to his catcher, Cosgrove, and they had Mitchell by 2 or 3 steps.
Yeah, you can't see him running, but...
Decent bunt. If he could have just pushed it a little further, he might have had him.
Yeah, as soon as he squares around, you got to start running. Then that's on the hitter just to make contact. He did his part.
Rapp did a good job of fielding that and getting to his catcher quickly and cleanly. And that's going to bring up our designated hitter, Gunnar Womer, with hooks at first, 2 outs. Rapp gets his sign. He throws over to first, trying to keep Hooks close. He's back easily. Womer struck out his first time up tonight. Rapp's got his sign from Cosgrove from the stretch and the pitch. High, ball 1. Throw down to first, gets past the first baseman. Hooks thought about going to second, but the right fielder backed up the play nicely, and he was unable to advance.
Yeah, I thought he would have been fine getting to second. But after seeing what happened at home plate, probably had a second
Didn't want to risk it.
Yeah.
Keep the rally going.
I didn't even really think that he was that much of a threat on the base path right now, as far as he already had 2 outs. It didn't seem like he was getting huge leads. But they wanted to keep him close, and it backfired. Almost backfired.
Rapp from the stretch, checks Hooks at first, and the pitch to the plate. Outside. 2-0. And they checked for an appeal, see if he went around. No, he did not. Count stays 2-0. On Womer, the designated hitter. Brock Blaney, the left fielder's on deck. They check to the first base umpire. He says no, too. So they appealed that one all the way around.
If I was the umpire at second base, I'd be like, what the heck? You don't believe me? You don't trust my call?
Rapp peers in, gets a sign from Cosgrove, throws over to first, Hooks back, diving.
I always love to see a lefty's pickoff move. I always try to be like Andy Pettit. He would bring his leg up all the way, almost get close to a balk. He was one of the best pickoff guys in the game.
Rapp's got a sign from the stretch, pitch home, swing and a miss by Womer, strike 2. Strike 1, 2-1. Got 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. IMG leads 2-0. Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School. Second game this week for us on Tiger Vision. Hooks is on the run. He's into second. Throw gets away. Give him a stolen base.
Nice backup by the shortstop.
Hooks running on the pitch, gets a stolen base. So we got a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, the throw had him, just wasn't able to get caught.
3-1. Hooks getting the dirt out of his uniform. Timeout is called out near second base. Rapp walks back up to the mound to get ready to throw another one. Womer's back in the box, and here we go. 3 balls and a strike. Palmetto looking for his first run of the night. Rapp from the stretch and the pitch. Fouled back. Got a full count now.
Rapp has been ascending for the Ascenders all night. Now he faces his toughest challenge.
Outfield playing shallow. Hooks checks the outfield behind him. Second baseman trying to keep him close. Rapp to the mound, throws a little sidearm there, and it's ball 4. Gets away from the catcher, and Hooks is going to get the third.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
So Womer draws a walk. Ball gets away from the catcher, and Hooks advances to third. So we have runners at first and third. 2 outs, and that brings up left fielder Brock Blaney.
I thought for a moment, did we just see a new pitcher? When do you learn how to go side-up?
Blaney grounded out to short his only time up. Yeah, that was an unusual pitch by Rapp. He hasn't done that all night. He went sidearm like Brad Ziegler of the Red Sox, or I don't know where Ziegler is this year. He's got that little funky submarine kind of motion.
I was just watching a submarine pitch the other day. Maybe we'll see that next. Swing and a miss.
Stance will let you go get me a bottle of water. You think Stance will let you go get me a bottle of water? I give it to you free at the concession stand. I got something in my throat. It's not that. I'm just dry. Ball fouled back.
Blaney's still trying to get the timing down. Swing and a miss, then foul ball. 3 times the charm, so hopefully
Blaney's down in the count, 0-2 here. Got a runner on third and a runner on first, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Palmetto looking for his first run of the night. Against a tough lefty, Sean Rapp. Rapp from the stretch, got his sign, in the pitch. Hit him.
Ooh.
Bases are loaded now.
All right, turning point of the game right here. Acevedo, the 9th grader. Big moment. Just a big moment getting onto the varsity roster at such a young age. Bases loaded should be nothing for him.
That brings up center fielder Byron Acevedo. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. IMG leads 2-0. Rapp's given up his first hit of the night. He's hit a batter.
This is make or break right here. May never get this chance again for this game.
First pitch is low and in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Cosgrove.
Major block. Save the run. And to think we also had that suicide squeeze going on earlier.
Rapp steps back off the mound, trying to get his composure back. He's back and ready to go. Peers into Cosgrove to get his sign. Tigers at every base. From the stretch, here's the pitch to Acevedo. And it's a strike.
Solid pitch right there.
Hooks at third, Womer at second, Blaney at first. And Rapp doesn't like the pitch that was called. He shakes him off, steps off the rubber.
Yeah, he's definitely a little more tired now, throwing a little more pitches than usual this inning.
He's ready again from the stretch and the pitch. Strike 2. 1-2 on Acevedo.
Still not afraid to attack though.
Rapp from the stretch, checks his runners, and here's the pitch. High, ball 2. 2-2. Acevedo's ready again. Rapp peers into Cosgrove. He's got his sign from the stretch, checks the runners, and the pitch. High, full count.
All right.
So the merry-go-round will be going here.
Absolutely.
Bases loaded, full count. Runners will be going here.
Yeah, Palmetto's done a good job all night putting the ball in play.
Rapp from the stretch, got the sign from Cosgrove and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, that does it. For the Tigers in the 5th, no runs. 1 hit, 3 men left on base at the end of 5 full innings. IMG leads 2-0. And we are back, Palmetto High School, Mike Van Zerk Field, as we get ready for the top of the 6th inning. The host Tigers trail IMG 2-0. As Chase Goforth finishes up his final warm-up pitch, Colton Vincent throws it down to Josie at second. We're ready to go. And leading off for the Ascenders here in the top of the 6th inning, center fielder Gabe Parker. Goforth begins his 2nd inning of work in relief of Austin Davis. Davis allowed 4 hits in 4 innings pitched, 2 runs. Struck out 2, hit a batter, and walked a batter. Goforth from the wind and the pitch. High outside.
Yeah, quick first inning for Goforth. Only threw 7 pitches.
And Goforth peers into his catcher Vincent. He's got his sign. And here's the pitch. Fouled back, 1-1.
Correction, 8 pitches in the first.
Palmetto did manage to get their first hit of the game last inning. Left the bases loaded. Had an excellent scoring opportunity. But pinch runner Josh Mitchell thrown out the plate on a good play by the pitcher, Rapp. And there's the bunt down the third base side. It is foul. So Parker's going to have to come on back.
All that hustle for nothing.
1 ball, 2 strikes. As he leads off the 6th inning for the Ascenders, who come into tonight's game with a record of 0-3.
Yeah, they as well looking to get the monkey off their back. They're looking for their first win. Tigers looking for their first home win. One of those is going to get a race tonight.
Parker's back in the box. He's got his bat, steps in. As Goforth peers in to get his signal from Vincent. He's in the wind. He's ready to go. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's out number 1.
I don't know exactly what that off-speed pitch is, but I like it.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Leighton Berry.
Just like Acevedo, another 9th grader.
Berry, a left-handed hitting batter, fields right, throws right. Goforth in the wind, and here's the pitch. Curveball over, strike 1.
You can get off-speed secondary pitches over for strikes on your first pitch. It usually bodes well for you.
Goforth ready again from the wind and the pitch. Low, 1-1.
He just seems very in control of his command. Not afraid to throw any pitch. Sometimes you need to feel more as you go to see what pitch works for you. He's got them all going.
Goforth again from the wind, and here's the pitch. High, 2-1. And he's only in 9th grade, so this experience pitching at the varsity level, such a young age.
Yeah, he's getting guys out 2-3 grades above him. Unbelievable.
Goforth again from the wind. He peers into Vincent. He's got his signal, and he's ready to go. Foul down the third base line, out of play. That evens the count at 2, 2-2. Goforth ready to go. In the wind and the pitch. Swing. He got a little bit of that one fouled
Just
back.
hung on there.
I think it got a little bit of the umpire's foot.
Yeah.
2-2.
Wonder if the umpire's hurt or injured. Little part of my take joke for people who listen to that show.
Blair. Goforth with the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 up, 2 down.
First strikeout for Goforth.
Second.
Second, I apologize.
2 this inning. That brings up the catcher, Noah Cosgrove for the Ascenders. Cosgrove grounded out to short. His first time up, singled in the 4th inning, drove in a run. Cosgrove with the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Two outs, top of the 6th inning. IMG leads Palmetto 2-0. Cosgrove from the wind and the pitch. Swing. Oh, that one in there. Strike. 1-1.
The pitch itself was swinging.
Yeah, it kind of had a little hook to it. Fooled me. Cosgrove again, the wind and the pitch. Ball 2. 2-1. Ball pops out of Vincent's glove, gets away a little bit. Goforth from the wind and the pitch. Curveball catches the corner. 2-2.
Got the call there. It's a close one.
Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Goforth from the wind and the pitch. Outside, full count. On deck, right fielder, Dallas Killingsworth.
Wouldn't be surprised if he stays with the off speed here. Been working for him.
And the pitch, fouled to the right side. Little nubber by the Ascenders first base dugout. And we'll do it again, full count.
And that he did with the off speed.
Cosgrove back in the box. Digs in. Goforth's got his sign from Vincent. He's in the wind. And the full count pitch.
Over.
Grounded to Frazier. He picks it up, steps on the bag for the 3rd out. So for IMG in the top of the 6th, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base at the end of 5.5. IMG 2, Palmetto nothing. We're back at Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School. Getting ready for the bottom half of the 6th inning. We got a change for the Ascenders. Now pitching, Lawrence Frischberg, right-hander. And that closes the book on Sean Rapp, tonight's starter for IMG. He pitched 5 innings, allowed 1 hit, walked a batter, no earned runs, struck out 1 and hit a batter. And made a good play at the plate to thwart off a scoring chance by the Tigers. Fielded a bunt single and threw out pinch runner Josh Mitchell at the plate for Palmetto's only scoring chance of the night so far.
Great outing for Rapp, but this new pitcher, you sure it's not Lawrence Fishburne?
The actor? I got Frischberg.
Well, Rapp put the Tigers through the Matrix starting the game.
Ooh.
There you go.
Going to the old Matrix, huh?
I actually haven't seen the Matrix. But he was great in Boys in the Hood. Another great movie.
And Rodriguez's crowd goes nuts. He's leading up for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They need a rally. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Flied out to right, his first at bat. Grounded out the pitcher on a bunt attempt in the 4th. First pitch from Frischberg is inside, ball 1.
Yeah, sometimes the starting pitcher is so good, you're just hoping and praying that you can get to the bullpen. Kind of like with a Madison Bumgarner. Tigers have that now, but we'll see what they can do.
Frischberg with the wind and the pitch. Strike, 1-1. Actually, I think Frischberg is going from the stretch, as a lot of relief pitchers do in this day and age. And he is indeed going from the stretch. Peers in at his catcher, Cosgrove. He's got the sign. And here's the pitch. Grounded. Foul out first base side. 1-2.
Just noticed that Rodriguez is a barehanded hitter. I'm always a big fan of those who go barehanded. It shows they're a little more gritty, a little more tough.
Rodriguez back in the box. Frischberg looks in for the sign. He's in his stretch. coming to the plate. Here's the pitch. Inside. Evens the count at 2-2.
Rodriguez can do something here. You know the crowd is going to go nuts.
Frischberg gets his sign from the stretch. And here's the pitch. Sky to left center field. Easy for the left fielder. First out.
They're shading him more towards the right, too, but hit it where they were.
And that'll bring up our second baseman, Harrison Teal. Fujiwara playing him pretty well. Moved over to left center field and comes down with an easy fly ball. Frischberg's got his sign from the stretch and the pitch. Nope. 1-0. Palmetto trails 2-0 here in the bottom of the sixth, 1 out. Teal hoping to get something going. He fouls that one straight back and out of play. Cosgrove gets a new ball from the umpire, throws it out to Frischberg. Teal getting ready to get back in the box, digs his feet in. Frischberg looks in, gets his sign from the stretch, and the pitch. Low. 2-1.
Ump not helping him there. Seems close, though. Tigers can use anything they can get, though.
Frischberg, hard-throwing right-hander. Rapp was the lefty we faced earlier for 5 innings. Frischberg's pitch. Lined. Nice shot right to the left fielder, Fujiwara. And that's 2 outs. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Jacob Josie.
Now, I noticed Frischberg is going with the high sock look, while the rest of his teammates and most of Palmetto is going low sock.
Yeah, got to be a little different. You know how relief pitchers are.
Yeah. Got to do their own craft.
Frischberg looks in, gets the sign from the stretch to pitch to Josie. Looks like a curveball. Stayed up, 1-0.
Were you a high sock guy or a low sock guy when you were playing?
I had the stirrups pulled all the way up in those days.
Yeah,
I played in the 70s, though. Long time ago. Frischberg with the pitch. That one misses the corner. 2-0. Need base runners.
Need them quick. Running out of time.
Josie digs in. Frischberg behind in the count, 2-0. Gets a sign from Cosgrove from the stretch, and here's the pitch. Inside, 3-0.
Anyone that could start a rally for the Tigers definitely would be Jacob Josie.
Frischberg peers in and gets his sign from the stretch. The pitch to Josie, 3-0. He's swinging 3-0, and he hits a fly ball to left field. It's gone. All right. There you go. Put it on the board. Jacob Josie. His first home run of the season gives Palmetto their first run of the game.
They needed someone to turn to, and Josie was the guy.
Coach Glass set him free at 3-0. Told him if it's in there, hack at it. And he drives it into the parking lot in left field. Frischberg came right down the middle on a 3-0 pitch. Josie was hacking, and it cleared the left field fence, bounced into the parking lot.
First home run by anyone on the team this season.
And that brings up Colton Vincent.
Yeah,
Tigers only trail now 2-1.
Yeah, 3-0. They usually say, if you get the green light, they usually say only if it's a beach ball.
Well, he
beach ball
beach
for him
balled
there.
it all right. He hit it to the beach. Let's see if Vincent can follow suit. We need another runner here. First pitch, a strike, 0-1.
Sports now are copycat leagues. Definitely like to copy a home run.
Frischberg's got his sign from the stretch and the pitch. Fouled straight back. It's going to hit me. No, maybe not. Yeah, on the roof. Cosgrove gets a new ball from the umpire. Flips it back out to Frischberg. Vincent down 0-2. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. Palmetto cuts the lead in half 2-1 on a Jacob Josie home run to left field. Vincent, grounder to third, fielded cleanly, across the diamond for the 3rd out. And for the Tigers in the 6th, 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left on base. Jacob Josie, home run. Cuts the lead in half at the end of 6. IMG 2, Palmetto 1.
Still in it.
Here we are back at Palmetto High School, Mike Van Zerk Field, beginning the top of the 7th inning. IMG leads Palmetto 2-1. And leading off for the Ascenders in the 7th, right fielder Dallas Killingsworth. And the first pitch from Goforth is low, ball 1. Goforth from the windup. This is his 3rd inning on the mound. The first pitch low, 2-0.
Yeah, he's been cruising pretty much this whole time. Doing well off speed, mixing it in there, having fun.
Looks in, gets a sign from Vincent from the wind and the pitch. 3-0. So he's struggling with the first batter here in the top of the 7th inning. It's been 3 up, 3 down his first 2 innings.
Consistently attacking that outside corner, too.
From the wind and the pitch. Strike. 3-1. Killingsworth 0 for 2 on the night. Popped up to first, reached on a fielder's choice. Goforth from the wind. Here's the pitch. Skied. Ball foul. Back out of play.
He's very confident with his off-speed stuff.
Vincent gets a new ball, throws it back to Goforth, and we're ready to go.
Last 3-2 count, he went with it. I think he's going to go with it again.
Goforth has the sign he likes. He's in the wind. And the pitch. Fouled back again. We'll do the full count again.
Dallas kind of has the Matthew McConaughey curls going on, a fellow Texan. Wonder if he's a fan.
Goforth with the wind and the pitch. Ball 4 outside. First base runner allowed by Goforth to lead off the 7th. And that'll bring up the leadoff man, left fielder, Kajiro Fujiwara. Fujiwara tonight scored a run, reached on an infield single, drove in a run on a fielder's choice, and grounded out the 3rd. So he's 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI.
Made some nice plays in the field as well.
Goforth from the stretch and the pitch. Fujiwara squares around to bunt, pulls back, 1-0.
All about the insurance runs now for IMG. One more just might be all she wrote for the game. Other than that 5th inning, Not a lot
Squares
of
around
contact.
again, fouls it back. Vincent catches the pop-up bunt for the first out. Big play there.
Get this guy a gold glove.
Fujiwara squared around the bunt to try to move the runner up. He popped it back, and Vincent, like a cat, popped up and snagged it. That brings up the second baseman, Alfonso. Alfonso 0 for 3 on the night, struck out in the first, flied out in the third, and reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth.
He was like me when I hear desserts ready at the buffet line.
Goforth from the stretch, checks his runner at first, and the pitch to the plate. High, ball one.
Big lead over there at first. An even bigger secondary lead.
And here comes pitching coach Danny Carter out. Vincent will take a trip to the mound to join him as they talk to the ninth grader, Chase Goforth, who's done a nice job here tonight in his third inning of work.
Yeah, I've been very impressed.
Is it Trace? I got Chase. Trace, thank you. Mine says, I think I got the wrong roster. Pitch fouled at the plate.
I believe the hit and run was on play there.
Alfonso peers down at his third base coach, see if there's a play on. Trace Goforth on the mound, checks the runner at first from the stretch. Throws over to first. Frazier tries to put the tag on, he gets back. Goforth again from the stretch. And the pitch. Low and away. 2-1.
First time he's had to deal with a runner. Not saying it's going to get into his head. He's definitely taking a different approach.
Goforth from the stretch again, and the pitch. Outside. 3-1.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with that one. That's why it's 4 instead of 3 balls.
We're in the top of the 7th, 1 out. Goforth gets his sign from the stretch and the pitch. That's ball 4.
Just a little too far.
And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Jake Waxler.
Yeah, got some big boys up, these next 2 batters.
Waxler tonight reached on a walk, got a base hit, and he grounded out to second. He faces Trace Goforth in his 3rd inning of work. Trace will go from the stretch, runners at second, runners at first. Gets the sign and the pitch. Fouled back, out of play, 0-1.
Yeah, Goforth's been at his best when he's been ahead of the count. You could say that for most pitchers. Struggling a little once he got behind.
That pitch is low and away, ball 1. 1-1. Goforth gets a sign from Vincent from the stretch and the pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss.
He's been able to rely back on that pitch whenever he's needed to.
Yeah, his off-speed stuff's been great tonight.
Absolutely.
Fooled him there. So he's ahead in the count, 1-2. Runners on first and second, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. IMG leads 2-1. Pitch is low and away outside, evens the count at 2.
Sometimes you just got to stick to what you know.
Goforth peers in, gets a sign from Vincent. Teal holds the runner at second, and the pitch. Full count now, 3-2.
Hasn't really tried to challenge any of the hitters inside. Mainly just sticking to the outside. Sometimes you want to mix it up, but once you got a game plan, you sticking with it.
Goforth with the pitch to the plate is ball 4.
Problem is, if you can't execute.
So now we got the bases loaded, and the cleanup hitter for the Ascenders is coming to the plate. Francisco Calderon, first baseman. Got Killingsworth at third, Alfonso at second, Waxler at first. Bases are full of Ascenders. Trace Goforth from the stretch.
Yeah,
He looks into Vincent, gets the sign, and the pitch. Outside, ball 1.
Yeah, the way the Tigers have been hitting tonight, you almost fear that just one more run might be too much to overcome. Goforth really struggling with this command now. But gets
There's
back on
the strike.
track.
Curveball high, 2-1.
This is where you need to dig deep. You know it's going to be your last inning on the mound.
Now he's going from the windup. So Goforth's got his sign from Vincent and the pitch. There's a base hit to left field. It's going to score at least 1. Here comes the second run. Blaney comes up. Throw gets to the plate. Second run is in. So a 2-run single by Francisco Calderon has increased the Ascenders' lead to 4-1 in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, late inning rallies got the Tigers last night, coming back to haunt them again tonight.
And that'll bring up the third baseman, Sebastian Jaggett. So the Ascenders have added 2 runs here in the 7th. They lead 4-1. 1 out. Trace Goforth on the mound. He's going to go from the stretch with runners at first and second. He's got it signed from Vincent, and the pitch is outside. 1-0. He was cruising along.
Yeah, really struggling with his command now, though.
Plate's jumping around on him just a little bit.
He's very solid, getting ahead of counters, like I said. But missing the outside over and over.
Goforth with the pitch again outside. He seems to be missing outside.
Yeah, and the one time he tried to go inside is when...
And Josie's going to come in here and give him a little chat of encouragement. Goforth, a 9th grader, one of several on this young Tigers team.
Yeah, maybe not as much experience as other teams, but they're going to grow as a team. Got a lot of great team chemistry going on, which will certainly suit them for as they move forward.
That's a strike. 2-1 on the third baseman, Jaggett.
Jaggett playing with house money now. You already got a lead. Pitcher's been struggling.
Goforth from the stretch. Gets a sign from Vincent and the pitch.
Just swing freely.
And there's a base hit to center field. Acevedo charges the ball, comes up firing. Base is loaded once again. So a 1-out single by Jaggett loads the bases. Waxler moves up to third. Calderon to second. And that'll bring up the the center fielder, Gabe Parker. And that might be it for Trace Goforth as Rich Glass comes out to the mound. Goforth breezed through the first 2 innings of work. 3 up, 3 down. Allowed a leadoff single here in the 7th. Then he got Fujiwara on a pop-up bunt. And then it's been a walk and back-to-back singles. IMG now leads 4-1.
Yeah, solid beginning and middle, but the end chapter was all she wrote for him.
Byron Bickford now on for the Tigers. He pitched last night. Goforth goes 2 1/3 inning. Allows 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and the runners on base belong to him. He had 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Bickford allowed 4 runs last night. And we're spelling his name wrong on the Super. Bickford.
Hey, not everyone's perfect.
Can we get that to the director? And speaking of the director, I wanted to give the crew a big round of applause. Me and Matt are here just talking. These guys do all the hard work. Our director is Justin Stansel. In the box helping us out is Alec. He's a Manatee High senior this year. We got Christian McClanahan handling our replay. Running our third base camera, Jason Boone. We got Chase Donahue up here on the scissor lift on the first base camera. Jordan Varnador handling our graphics. And Nick Bachelder helping as well. So the crew doing a great job again tonight. Yeah, Nick's the audio engineer. I can't read my own writing. Did you guys catch the graphic on Bickford?
Ceremonial first pitch.
And here we go, Bickford now pitching. Parker at the plate, the center fielder. Bases loaded, 1 out. Palmetto needs a couple outs here so they can rally in the bottom of the inning. There's a line drive to second. Snagged by Teal, throws on to first. Gets the out at first, but another run comes in to score. Calderon moves up to third.
Thought there was a chance for a second that Teal caught it on a fly. Good job trapping it, though.
And Jaggett moves up to second. There are now 2 outs. IMG leads 5-1. Waxler scored. Calderon's now at third.
See the shot? Yeah, just hit the ground. He would have had the runner dead to rights.
That brings up the shortstop, Leighton Berry. IMG leading 5-1, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. First pitch from Bickford, low, ball 1. Bickford from the stretch. Runners at second and third, and the pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Berry tonight struck out twice, reached on an error, scored a run. Left-handed batter, throws right-handed. Bickford gets a sign from Vincent from the stretch and the pitch. Curveball in there, strike 2. 1-2.
He's cooking.
On the shortstop. Bickford's got his sign from the stretch and the pitch. Nice block by Vincent to prevent another run from coming in.
You were right about those bruises he's going to have tomorrow.
Ball's a little dirty. Gets a new one from the umpire. Tosses it back to Bickford. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bickford looks in from the stretch. Gets the sign from Vincent. And the pitch. Inside, bounces away, and that one's going to score a run. Or did it hit? Well,
yeah, I thought it hit his foot.
If it hit him, the runner has to go back to third.
Yeah, he's got to go back.
That was that ball 4?
Whatever
Coach Glass
it is.
has come out to get an explanation. And the umpires are going to huddle. Berry has gone down to first base, but I thought that was only ball 3.
A lot of commotion going on.
We'll get a ruling here from the umpires, because if it hit him in the foot, the guy cannot score.
Yeah, something's got to give.
Calderon came home when the ball bounced up against the backstop. So Calderon will have to go back to third. The ball did hit Berry on the foot. So Berry reaches base on a hit by pitch. Calderon thought he could score, but he couldn't. And now the IMG coach is asking for a ruling. Either way, Calderon's going back to third. That run did not cross the plate.
Lucky break for the Tigers.
That'll bring up Noah Cosgrove, the catcher. 2 outs, bases loaded once again. IMG's had the bases loaded a lot tonight.
Yeah, you can almost see from the replay, the ball, it looks like it may have redirected once it hit the dirt. Couldn't tell if it hit the dirt and then the hitter, or just the hitter straight up.
Bickford from the stretch, and the pitch is outside, ball 1 to Cosgrove. Calderon at third. Jagged at second. Barry at first. That pitch is low. 2-0. IMG leads 5-1, top of the 7th. Bickford, the Tigers' third pitcher of the night. Davis started. Chase Gofford went 2 1/3. And Bickford came on here in the 7th. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1 on Cosgrove. 1 for 3 on the night. Grounded out to short. Base hit in the 4th. And grounded out to first in the 6th. And the pitch from Bickford. Blocked nicely by Vincent. Count now 3-1.
Yeah, Bickford wants this to be a quick outing, but not looking for him.
Josie comes in to talk to Bickford. Vincent comes out to join the chatter.
I like how Josie's taking control. Things aren't going their way, but he's still going to set the tone, try to straighten things out, get things right. Shows great leadership out there.
Cosgrove ran down to his coach at third base, get some instruction. He's back in the box. Got a cripple pitch here, 3-1. If it's there, he's going to whack at it, I would imagine.
Yeah, looking for that beach ball that Josie got.
And Bickford from the stretch throws back to second. Had a play on. Teal made the catch, but the runner got back safely. So we'll do it again. 3-1 on Noah Cosgrove, the Ascenders catcher.
Now we see why they had that meeting. Might be going for it again.
From the stretch, and the pitch. Grounded up the third base side, foul. Full count. And we'll have the merry-go-round going.
Yeah, it's fun when your team is on the bases doing it. Not that fun the other way around.
Bickford again from the stretch. He's got the sign from Vincent. Runners are off on a full count. And there's a shot to left field. Going to score 2. Fielded by Blaney. He throws the cutoff in over the third baseman's head. Vincent backing him up. That makes it 7-1. 2-run single from Noah Cosgrove. IMG continues to pile it on. 7-1 now.
Tigers just cannot get out of this inning.
And that'll bring up Killingsworth, who started the inning with a walk. Scored a run. Killingsworth against Bickford. Runners at first and second. Bickford from the stretch and the pitch. High, ball 1.
Yeah, late inning let-ups has seemed to be the Achilles heel for the Tigers so far early in this season.
Barry's at second. Cosgrove's at first. Bickford gets a sign from the stretch. The pitch bounced. Vincent blocks it. 2-0.
6 runs let up last night. 7 runs let up last night. Another 7 tonight. Only 1 run to show for it.
That pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1. That pitch is outside. 3-1.
Strike zone has not been kind to the Tigers right now.
Three balls and a strike. And the pitch, that's ball 4. Bases loaded once again. It's about the 5th time this inning they've had the 5th time tonight they've had the bases loaded.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in Inception. Just keeps happening.
And that'll bring up our left fielder, leadoff man, Kajiro Fujiwara. Last time up this inning, he popped up a bunt. He made the first out of the inning.
That was the one break the Tigers got.
The Ascenders have scored 5 runs since.
Everything else, they've just been really taking advantages of their opportunities out there.
First pitch from Bickford's outside, 1-0. There's a grounder to short. Josie fields it cleanly onto Teal for the third out. But it was a long inning for the Ascenders. They score 5 runs on 3 hits and 3 runners left on base at the end of 6.5. IMG 7, Palmetto 1. We are back at Mike Van Zerk Field on the campus of Palmetto High School. Ugly last inning.
Yeah,
IMG scored 5 runs. They lead 7-1 here as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning. New pitcher for IMG, lefty JT Turley. Lawrence Frischberg pitched 1 inning, allowed 2 hits and 1 run. He allowed 1 hit. It was a home run by Jacob Josie, the only run the Tigers have tonight. Did not walk a batter, no strikeouts. So he pitched 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 home run, 1 run. And Logan Frazier will lead it off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 7th inning. They need 6 runs to keep it going.
Yeah, what once was a close game completely burst the flames last inning.
Frazier tonight 0 for 2. Grounded out to short, grounded out to second. First pitch is in there from Turley for a strike. Turley, like the starting pitcher Rapp, tall kid, rather slender.
Same color glove.
Pitch. That's grounded up the third base side. Fielded, he double clutches, and he still gets him. So Frazier grounds out the third to start the 7th. Nice play by Jaggett.
Yeah, the fielding has been pristine all night for IMG.
That brings up Ty Hooks, the third baseman, looking for any rally to get going here. Got 1 out, bottom 7.
Fielding's really been the key to their success.
And Turley, the wind and the pitch. High fly ball to right center field. Right fielder moves over and makes the catch. That's Killingsworth for the 2nd out.
Once again, makes it seem simple. Clawing away, getting 2 runs before really dominating last inning. But yeah, they kept it all together.
Number 18, Gunnar Wolver.
That brings up the designated hitter, Gunnar Wolmer for the Tigers. First pitch is low, ball 1. And don't forget, after the game, we'll have a post-game show with the highlights. Tell you when our next broadcast will be. Turley's second pitch in there, strike, swing and a miss by Wolmer, 1-1. Tigers' next home game's Tuesday against Sarasota. On Friday, they travel to Lakewood Ranch to play the Mustangs. That's a district game.
Big
Wolmer
time.
fouls it back, 1-2. So we're down to our last strike.
You can take care of your division opponents. It's one way to get into the playoffs, at least.
Absolutely. Still early, plenty of time.
Way too early. Teams are still trying to learn how to, figure themselves out.
Turley peers into Cosgrove. He's got the sign and the pitch. And it's a grounder to second. And that should do it. And that does do it. Ground out to second. That'll end it for Palmetto. In the 7th, no runs, no hits. Nobody left on base. That's a final. IMG 7, Palmetto 1. We'll be back in a few with some post-game highlights on Tiger Vision. Here we are back at Mike Van Zerk Field at the campus of Palmetto High School. Tiger Vision off the air tonight, not a good one. IMG, the Ascenders, defeat the Tigers 7-1 here. It was good until the last couple innings. IMG had a 2-0 lead through 4, and then the wheels kind of came off in the 7th. 5 runs, 2 big 2-run singles by that would be by Noah Cosgrove, the catcher, had a 2-run single, and Francisco Calderon also had a 2-run single in that game. Rapp, the starting pitcher for the Ascenders, did a good job tonight. What did you think, Matt?
Yeah, I thought Sean Rapp was fantastic. He was moving pitches in and out. The Tigers weren't really able to get any momentum, any great hits at all, except for Jacob Josie's 1 home run, which didn't even come off of Rapp. On the other side of things, Austin Davis, great starting outing, and just no one else could follow behind him.
There were some bright spots for Palmetto. Davis pitched well. Goforth pitched well for his first 2 innings, and things kind of fell apart. Let's get to some highlights. Not many for the Tigers. Early on, Davis, he pitched very well, kept his team in the game. Here's a ground ball to Josie to end the inning.
Josie makes it look easy. He's a great leader.
Josie came up with the only hit. We went through almost 5 innings without getting a hit. Vincent got the first hit. And here again, Davis with a runner on second base. There's a high fly ball. Acevedo gets underneath it, that one's at right field. Rodriguez makes the catch. That ended a threat there. So early on, we were 0-0 through the first 2 innings. And here's one of I think this is the first run of the game. Get a grounder to third, this was a double play.
No, it was called, a good stretch over there at first, but
and that was when they scored their first run.
Yeah.
So that made it 1-0. They scored another run in the 4th inning. And here's a grounder to third. Hooks makes a nice play onto Frazier for the out. And again, that's Davis, who again, knuckleballer comes in, does a nice job 4 innings. He allowed 2 runs.
Yeah, usually when you let up 2 runs, it should be okay for a win, but tonight wasn't the night. The bats couldn't get going.
Yeah, the bats were struggling, and most of the game the defense was good. Kind of fell apart in that last inning. And here's Vincent, I believe, with our first hit of the game. Over the third baseman's head. He didn't get back quick enough. The left fielder didn't come in.
Tried to Willie Mays it, but clearly he's not Willie Mays.
So leading off the 5th, that's when Palmetto got their first hit of the game. And Vincent went to second on the throwing error. And that was our first scoring opportunity. Coach Glass put in a pinch runner, Josh Mitchell, who tried to score on, I guess it was a safety squeeze, a suicide squeeze.
Yeah, it wasn't for a lack of effort for the Tigers tonight.
And there's Mitchell going down to second. He steals second.
Even that was, he was caught dead to rights. He got lucky by not the best throw.
Well, it worked
But
out.
at that point in the game, you need to get things going. You need to try something.
And here's where Mitchell moves up to third, and we get the walk. And this was our first and best scoring chance of the night, other than the home run that comes later.
Right.
And here we are back again to IMG. I think this is when they swing and a miss there. And I think this is when we had Goforth came in. Yeah,
yep,
the freshman came in, did a nice job. I mean, the first 2 innings of work, he was 1-2-3, 1-2-3. Frazier with a nice job there to end the threat. That was in the 6th inning.
Yeah, I was very impressed with Goforth for most of the game.
And here's the big highlight off a Frischburn. Josie goes deep on a 3-0 pitch. Coach Glass gave him the green light, and he deposited it into left field in the parking lot. And that was it for Palmetto. It's the only highlight we had.
At this point, too, it was a 2-1 game. They were right in the thick of things, even though they weren't getting a lot of hits. And then the wheels came off.
And here's the first 2-run single in the 5-run 5th. Oh, actually, that was a nice play by Teal. Runners move up to second and third. That was Fujiyama there, and 7-1. Not a good finish for Palmetto, so they are now 1-3 on the year. And for the Ascenders, their first victory, they are now 1-3 on the year. And Tuesday night's our next broadcast, home against Sarasota, the Sailors here at Mike Van Zerk Field. So Matt, that's going to do it for us. And I'll see you guys Tuesday night.
Have a great night.
Thanks for watching Tiger Vision.
Thank you very much.